Okay, so I want to read all 17 of these. I was 18 when my dad called and just asked me. I said yes. He said, I already knew. I just wanted to say I love you just the same, and I just want you to be happy. As a black man, that was a big deal for me. He didn't let his southern upbringing define him. I was so damn proud. My then 88-year-old Greek grandfather told me he loved me unconditionally, and after we hung up, he called the rest of my family to tell them they all needed to support me. I was so scared to tell him, and he ended up being my biggest ally. When I came out to my parents, they confided in me that they had stopped going to church. They had figured I was a lesbian years before and had felt pressured by their church to choose between their faith and their daughter. In the end, they chose their daughter. I wish everyone's family was like that. My mom told my abuela I was trans with my permission since I didn't live with them at the time. My abuela was raised in Mexico by her grandparents and was a staunch Catholic, so I had no idea how that would go. Apparently, her reaction was to ask my mom what name I was using. When my mom told her, Abuela went quiet and said that St. Jude was her saint, and that she was taking that as a sign from God that she needed to support me even though she didn't understand. Came out to my grandfather. He was really quiet about it, and I was worried he was upset. Then a week later, it was National Coming Out Day, and he stopped at the store to buy me a rose, tucked it into my hair when I got home, and went, "It's your People's Day, isn't it?" Came out as bi in my late 20s. No problem. Came out as trans in my mid-30s. My mama, God bless her, asked for a few days to process it, but said she loved me no matter what. The next week, she called and asked to talk to her darling boy. She called me that until she died. Okay, that didn't end up in a happy ending. 2LP, I'm sorry about your mom. I was terrified to tell my dad I was bi and I had a girlfriend. He simply said, I know. Apparently someone had seen us on a date already. He was hurt I didn't feel I could tell him, and reassured me I was perfect in his eyes and could never do anything to turn me away from him. I told my parents I am queer, and my mom said she didn't care who I marry as long as they have a job and are nice to me. And then my dad told me he spooned a dude once. When I came out as trans, my mom's only concern was whether or not I would still go get pedicures with her. I assured her I would. The staff at the salon was delighted to have a mother-son duo. My mom just casually asked me when I was 13 years old. She said, we don't do closets in this family. My dad goes full pesky. Whenever someone says something disparaging about me being gay or my wife being trans, Just imagine the most hot-headed Midwest Italian men screaming about gay rights. Best form of love I could ask for. When I came out to my dad, the first thing he said was, "Okay, is there any books I can read or something I can do to learn more? I love you and want to support you." I cried so much. I'm so blessed to have someone so supportive and willing to learn in my life. My dad came to visit me when I lived in Arizona. We went out for a beer and he asked what I'd done the previous night. I said, "I went to a movie with my girlfriend." He said, "What movie?" And that was how I came out. I came out to my parents when I was 29. I told them the person they thought was my girlfriend was actually my girlfriend, and my dad said, "I thought so. I figured it out when she drove you to Toledo at 3 a.m. to catch the train." I was 19 when I came out to my mom, weeping at 4:30 in the morning against the better judgment of my friends while she had pneumonia. She told me she loved me and had known for a while. Then she asked me why I was crying. I'm on mushrooms and I'm a little emotional right now. When I came out as gay to my mom, she smiled, gave me the tightest hug, and said, "But what about Leo?" As I had a crush on Leonardo DiCaprio for the longest time. In my defense, he was insanely pretty in Titanic. I opt not to come out, so my parents one day just asked if my girlfriend would be joining us for something, and I said I didn't know, and that was pretty much that. Okay, so to be honest, people shouldn't care whether their child is gay, lesbian, etc. All they should care about is if their child is seeing a good person. Someone who won't abuse them and stuff. Okay. And now heartwarming photos. Miss Emma Griffith and Miss M.H. Crutcher, unknown year. Cuddling for the camera, 1875. An affectionate couple in a field, unknown year. A tender moment at a gay pride festival in London, 1996. A couple on Valentine's Day, 1870s. A couple at Christopher Street Gay Liberation Day, New York City, 1971. Preparing to kiss, unknown year. Marcela Gracia Ivias and Elisa Sanchez Lorega, the first same-sex couple to wed in Spain, 1901. A devoted pair in a hammock, circa 1900. Reading together, 1927. One on the lap of the other before 1900. A couple seated in a garden, Australia, circa 1910. A couple in a greenhouse, China, unknown year. Embracing in a field, unknown year. Hand in head to the heart, 1880. A loving glance before 1900. Relaxing with hats, 1875. A couple goofing off for a portrait, 1875. Affectionate Valentine couple, circa 1890. A light touching of the hand, circa 1890. A couple at New York City's Gay Pride Parade, 1989. A dapper pair, 1885. A couple holding hands, unknown year. Oscar Wilde with Lord Alfred Douglas, Oxford, 1893. A Seat couple, 1850s to 1860s. Couple at a bar in Paris, 1930s. So yeah.